Hello, welcome back to Benesushi LiveNoding. In this episode, we're gonna continue with our explorations of animation nodes, bone info nodes. So let's just quickly get started. Hopefully today we have smoother experience and my Blender doesn't crash a lot. I actually tested many times yesterday, and whenever I do like a whenever I create some nodes, it frees my Blender and computer. Sorry about this. It's because of the high Sierra Mac OS. But anyway, the bone info node should actually work. So at least this one works for us. And I will quickly import the BVH. This one is from the website that I mentioned in the previous live noding. So import BVH and go to downloads. And I got some already. Male BVH. Let's try female BVH, and maybe there's a dance one. Crouch martial art. Maybe there's a crouch to run. Okay, maybe random stuff. I just import it as it is. Scale FPS. Let me try and turning that on. Scale the BVH by this value. Well, maybe 0.1. Import BVH, and we should have our motion capture data. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Save this one real quick. Bone info 2. Hopefully it doesn't crash or anything. So we have our motion data. It seems to be fitting to our FPS correctly. It's 24 FPS by default. So I'm gonna grab this real quick. The rest pose is for what we care for now is the post bone one, not the rest one. Rest one is really when the bone is at the original resting position. So the post bone is ready, and then we're gonna try using. We don't have like a box or generator. We don't have much generator inside animation node, so I can use a line at some point maybe. Geometry generator. Point. Spline. Check. Oh well, I'm just gonna use like an object from the scene. Cylinder, or we can use Sverchok for that. I'll use Sverchok. Generate a cylinder and image viewer out vertices and polygon face. So we have this cylinder. Let's make the radius smaller or something like that. 12 vertices. So super low polygon cylinder that we can use inside animation nodes. Okay, so instancer, grab our cylinder. How many instances depending on how many bones we have, so plug that in. And the next thing we want to do is to use let's use the matrix today. Matrix output, plug the objects, which is our instance objects, and the matrix goes in there. And for instancer, it's not the bone, it should be our alpha. Sorry. Okay, so we have the bones kind of being instance, and we have the animation already still running, like from motion capture data, and everything works perfectly. Yeah, it's very easy to set up actually. Yeah, so let's hide these objects, the master objects from being generated on the fly by Sverchok. So the bone position itself, it's not like something you want to render probably, but perhaps this is like a kind of like a mean for something else. So because the bone, this is just each object is positioned at the bone position. It's not like for animating or anything. sometimes what I really interested is really the bone head and tail. I wonder if we can have access for that as well inside this animation nodes. Let me try bone animation data. So location F-curves. So there's this one which is also I have not tried. Maybe should try this on the next live noding. But I'm really interested with this guy. Center, directions, and etc. Even the direction is very interesting. But for now, I really kind of curious if we can just simply use all this instance. Now let me try and then bring it back into Sverchok and do something with it. So this is all like a separate objects. We can group them. Group operations. Objects goes in there. So this is like a bunch of objects. So anyway, this doesn't work right away. We need to use loop. Can I put these objects inside a group or something? So Control G, group that single objects and use that same group for every single instance. So now every instance being generated by animation nodes is being duplicated here. I have a feeling that maybe the orientations of the bones can be fixed. First of all, maybe I need to rotate it or something. Currently it's like facing the wrong way. So back to Sverchok, reroute or rewire. So by default, cylinder, I know it's going up in the z-axis. Maybe make it so it's like pointing toward the x-axis. And I go back to animation nodes and reset this instance object. Tap U, reset source data. Okay, it's still wrong. That seems to be better. Apparently Z to Y is correct. So now the bone is more like a bones. Now we have really cool kind of animations there. And each of the instance, like I said, it's can be brought back into Sverchok if I select all the group objects. Shift G, select all the group objects under the same group. And then I'll go back to Sverchok. This is a generate cylinder. Make another one. This one, I'll bring in all the objects in. Get selection. View it inside Sverchok. Okay, apparently we need to apply the matrix beforehand. Cool. Now, you see what's going on? There's like this slight frame delay thing. It's because Sverchok wasn't meant to be for real time. But anyhow, if you bake it, I think it should be okay. What you can do next, do like something a little bit crazy first, because this is just like only like exploring. Don't restrict yourself. I just like randomize the position, and I go to switch to a different layer. So there's apparently like extra objects. Okay, when it's in different layers, Sverchok doesn't update, so I need to go back. Anyhow, you can do something neat really quickly, like even with this. Let's say if you use the KD3 closest edges, just simply use the vertices there, plug in here. You should have like a bunch of vertices, and if I'm not wrong, if I increase the number here and list join all the vertices back here, we should get a quite abstract looking creatures. And you can actually turn this into like You can actually render this out first of all, because this is gonna be like a mesh. Let me think. I think polyline viewer is the easiest, but you can always break every polygon edge and then render it out anyway. It's like there's a lot of potential here. Sometimes I don't know. It's more like I'll just let my brain to just make something. So this is what you can come out with real quick. There's like extra bones that you don't need there. But anyhow, this is like super interesting. Let's put this object somewhere here in the 3D cursor. In Blender, the 3D cursor is a left mouse button. Many people hate it. I think after a while you get too used to like it anyway. And you can do something like this. Use a 3D cursor, get the information from 3D cursors and plug this into the matrix, and you can kind of separate the two. So the bones, using animation nodes, instancing all these objects, and bring all these objects back into Sverchok, and then you can have this cool creations real quick. It's based on the mocap data, but I don't know. I think the thing with the data and everything is like you kind of want to capture the data, and you want to process the data and get the visualization, get the result real quick, and you can do that really easy using Blender. So yeah, hopefully you like this one. Let me know what you think, and yeah, let's continue in the next video. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you next time.